Welcome back. This is Susheta from Swami Vivekananda Group of Institute, Department of Media Science, and today we are going to do a small. This is a form of communication, and well, this is just the starting of the paper of BMS 101 as well as MMC 101. So this is form of communication. Now, when we talk about communication, it is the basic logic of communicating like with each other, like one person communicating to another, or it may be a one person communicating to a group. So how does it work? So basically, like as the diagram says, like when we have to just understand this way, if a person somebody is working and the other person is trying to communicate, when that is communication. But then, you know maybe daddy is working on a computer and the kid is trying to get the attention. Even that is communication. So basically, when we start with the first part of communication is the verbal communication, like I am speaking to you, so it is verbal. It is like you can hear me out. That's what is verbal communication. So that involves the use of speech, right, and writing to communicate. So but verbal communication refers to use of sound and language to relay in a message. So now, and when I'm communicating verbally to you, so it's like when I can use any language. I can speak in English, I can speak in Hindi, I can speak in Bengali, I can speak in Russian, Spanish, Japanese, any language is like. But you can recognize my communication through the sound and language, and you can understand the message. So that is verbal communication. It is oral, or it's basically spoken. So it's like, it's not like I'm making gestures, I'm making any body language. No, it's not. It's just I'm speaking. So you hear what exactly I'm trying to speak. So it's basically oral communication, which is spoken. It's exchange. Like if I ask you, how are you, dear? And you answer me back, I'm fine. So that's absolutely what is called the oral or a spoken communication. That's a verbal communication. So now, what is written communication? So another format of verbal communication what we can talk about is a written communication, which requires no speech. You just write it down. You can communicate with each other by writing it down in a piece of paper. It can be through email messages. It can be through any format, or it can be even at present the social messaging or the social the social media, where like one can tweet, one can write something in a Facebook, one can chat in the messenger. Everywhere where it's writing, you're just writing it down to communicate. So that's a written communication. So verbal communication can both be formal as well as informal. Formal communication, like hello sir, good morning, how are you this morning? That's absolutely formal. Informally, if you're talking to your friend, hi dear, it's been a very long time since we have met each other. That's so informal. It's like nothing formality. Like, oh dear, I've been longing, I've been waiting to meet you. So we meet after so many long time, such a long time. That's something informally. So when it's absolutely a professional way of talking, you can call it as a formal communication. If it is absolutely informal, like absolutely a friendly gesture, that's informal communication. Now, what's formal communication? When we talk about formal communication, it's like you're meeting a stranger, maybe with a business or a legal setting, official corporate office, or communicating, like. So it'll be, suppose you're in the conference, you have to be very, very formal. You're in a meeting, you're delivering a speech, maybe you're writing a letter in an official forum, or it's a memorandum. So whatever you do, it's absolutely official. That has to be formal. Now, what is informal? Informal is absolutely casual. You can speak casually, you can write casually. Suppose you're writing a mail to your friend, so obvious that you're not really going to keep it formal. You cannot write like respected dear friend, no, right? Or respected friend. So thanking you, yours faithfully, so and so. That's absolutely formal. So when it is absolutely a casual thing, like it's informal between friends, between co-workers, so that is absolutely, it makes a common bond. So that's absolutely informal communication. So what are the characteristics of verbal communication? So when you talk about language is symbolic, by themselves. So language elements usually has no meaning. The symbols are arbitrary, randomly selected. So it's basically like meaning are people, not in work. Language is governed by rules. Functions of verbal communication: it can be describing ideas, it can be making requests, it can be even solving problems. It can, verbal communication, it can shape attitudes, it can manifest through naming, it can influence your credibility, influence your status, influence or inform, issues of anything, any social issue, any definite issues. It can even have, power, feeling or control. It can be, somebody motivating each other, you're affiliating, attractants, responsibilities. So what are the types of verbal communication? So verbal communication either can be spoken or written. So it's basically equivocal language that allows from possibilities of several different meanings. It can relative terms, it can even have slang or non-standard words, but that's also verbal communication. It can have general language, it can have argot secret language, it have overall and abstract language. So it has room for everything into it. So when we talk about the types of that's a formal communication, it has to be an emotive language. Now, what is a non-verbal communication? When we talk about a non-verbal communication, when two person or maybe one person to the mass, they don't talk to each other, it's just like gestures. It's just gestures. What's the non-verbal communication? It refers to a wide area of behavior, your body language, the way you express yourself without speaking a single word or maybe without writing a single word. So according to McDermott in 2008, such behaviors are also termed communicative behavior since they are consistently and inevitably convey meanings. It can be conscious and deliberate or unconscious and accidental. So it exists, it has communicative value, it is primarily rational, it is ambiguous, it has a cultural bond. So when we are talking about non-verbal communication, the most obvious and normal behavior is what? It's paralanguage, it's proxemics, it's chromatemics, it's artifacts, movements, use of five senses. Like you can use your eyes to blink and affirm something. Like somebody asks you, "Do you want to have a coffee?" You don't speak and blink your eyes as if, "Yes, I want to have a coffee." So your five sense organs, you can do it by your eyes, by your your maybe your senses, your expressions. So all your five senses are by seeing, by hearing, and so everything it is a non-verbal communication. So vocalics or paralanguage, uh well, it's expression, as the it's absolutely self-explanatory when you see this picture. So when we talk about vocals and paralanguage, it ranks to volume, tone, pitch. If you really shout at the top of your voice, so it really expresses that yes, you're irritated, you're really really out of your mind, like absolutely angry. So that's how you make other people understand that what exactly you mean. So it's your activity. It's like how it comes here. Variety of tones, volumes. It can be high pitched, it can be low pitched, as if you're really whispering into somebody's ears. So like you just want it to be very simple. It's like you don't want other people to understand or to know. So like what is proxemics? You know, being there, or it's like it's absolutely self-explanatory. So what it refers to, use of a space to convey an idea or image. So it uses space or proximity. You just want to ignore somebody. So obviously if you want to ignore somebody, you keep a space, you keep a gap, you keep quite a long distance. It's self-explanatory. It explains that yes, I don't like you, so please be away. Now it's just the other way around. Chronemics. So how do you do that? It's basically use of attitudes to time, which is disclose information about your status, relationship with others, self-concept, self-esteem, how you portray yourself. Now, this is like, again, as I said, it's like I'm late, I couldn't find my keys. That's absolutely, these are things, every time you come across all these things. So these are like ways of keeping things. So what is artifacts? The things we own, use, wear, even discard. Like that's your preference, taste. Suppose a girl is always in a sari, well trapped, so, and she's obviously absolutely with a bun, and like she's the makeup, she doesn't use makeup, but it's absolutely merged up, and it's like she looks damn good. So that reveals her choice, her dignity, her being so dignified, and like she's absolutely maybe no, absolutely perfect. So that's how you can understand the taste of a person that way. Somebody puts in a lot of jewelries, so heavy jewelries, heavy gold or diamond jewelries. That's how you, and you understand that that's the way that person is portraying herself, like she's rich. That's non-verbal communication. So movement, your postures, your gestures, your facial expressions, body language, perhaps the most obvious communicating messages, like if you fold your hands and say, oh, so that's absolutely clear, no, I'm not interested, please give me a break now, I'm tired. So that's absolutely when you make people understand by a non-verbal communication, by your movements. So now what are the functions of non-verbal communication? Well, substituting. What's like, well, when a signal substitute, let's when you in the roads, there are signals all over, like no invitation left, no U-turn, or there's a green light, there's a red light. Green light says like, okay, please go. The yellow light, be aware, the signal will be it was blocked anytime. Red light, no, you cannot go. So these are basically signals which substitute and say like, okay, yes, these are gestures, these are simple symbolics, right? They are not, nobody is communicating in a verbal language, or no, it's not absolutely no written language, but it's signals. Now when we are talking reinforcing, so the use of normal communication complement or add to a lot of verbal sounds. So like pointing, nodding, no. Like you say no, you're not uttering the word no. You're just nodding your head. That says no. Or you put yes. Like you nod your head in front and back, front and back. So like you says yes. That's affirmation. So here we come to the end of this. Typically the starting of the communication skill and types of communication. So, and I think this gives you a whole picture of what communication is. So thank you so much, and I'll be back with another video or another relevant video to your